Hi everybody, Miriam from Thoughtful Therapist here, and welcome to the closing event for Black Mental Health Week, organized by the Ottawa Black Mental Health Coalition. Throughout the week, there was a series of events talked about mental health for Black women and for Black men. There was a community expo where people got to see the different services available to them. And so today, to close out the event, it's really just to connect, to ask people, why does community matter to them? And overall, just being able to create a space for us to be and to talk about mental health. And so hoping that you guys can come along this journey with us. Stay tuned for more. Few words.
Yeah.
Why does community matter for you?
Community matters because it's grassroots, right? Community matters because it is the center, it is the core where conversations need to start, because that's where you are comfortable to share your experiences, comfortable to have difficult discussions and conversations, and comfortable to acknowledge what you might be rejecting. That's important to heal. So I think all of these factors make community important.
I think that community matters to me because it's all about support, and support in many different areas. Not only in terms of support for mental health, reasons. They cheer, some people who are going to cheer you on, but it's also about people who understand you, so people who you don't have to explain constantly all the time, why things are important to you. They automatically understand. So I think community is important to me because I feel comfortable there. I feel like I can be myself without being questioned. So for me, my community is important because it feels like family, it feels like home, and it makes me feel, I think, empowered. And I think community is important to me because I feel support.
Community matters a lot to me because growing up, my mother was very active in the Black community, in a number of different cultural associations and community associations. And for us, we saw the benefit of creating networks, creating connections, helping other people. And it's something that I carried into adulthood, and it's something that I try to always be a part of and support. Some of my most meaningful work is when I get to work with other community organizations, especially supporting the Black community.
All right, we say everyone can see everyone.
I think for me, the thing that's so important about being in communities, because so often I am the only person of color in the spaces that I am in. And so, there's always this sort of like othering, in a lot of those other spaces, even if it's going well, even if it's, good company, but, being in community, being able to be in a room like the women's event today, where it's like, we are at the Royal Ottawa, we're giving each other support, encouragement, and in a space where it's like, I don't feel like I have to explain myself.
So for me, community means comfort. So an example would be when I went back home and I was surrounded by people that look exactly like me. There was nothing more comforting than stepping outside and feeling like I'm not alone anywhere I went. And now being here where everything is so uncomfortable, one, to be a Black woman and to just be a woman in general, that being within my community or doing anything with my community, it brings me peace and brings me comfort. And I feel like when I look left and right, this person won't judge me because of the way I look, and this person won't judge me because of what I'm wearing. So it's like that feeling of safety and comfort and just a warm blanket whenever you need one, So yeah, that's a lot.
We cannot exist without community, right? And if you try to exist without community, you're living in a vacuum.
and a vacuum doesn't grow anything. So I am the very definition of community because I'm involved in the African Black community. I started the hockey community here for Black people, and I run the African Canadian Association community. So community is a big C word that we have to embrace, because if you don't, you're lost. You're in a silo. Who wants a silo? So community is the opposite of silo. We need community. We're going to grow the community like we're doing here at the coalition.
All right. I think for me, why this community matters for me is that it creates that bond. It creates that village that I can go to. When I was going through mental crisis, there was no village. I didn't know of a community that I could go to and, speak to and, get that support that I need. And this community came in a point where I did seek healing, but it took a much longer time for me to get that healing than what I should have taken. So now the community now, it provides that highway, that fast-paced way of receiving the healing that I need. And not just me who have gotten to this stage, because healing is a journey, right? And mental health is a journey in itself. And so for me, it's how do I help the other brother to overcome mental challenges, because I've gone through this pathway before. And so this is what community means for me, right? How I can support another brother, another sister that is seeking support, seeking healing in their journey.